Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have an idea what makeup look I want to do today. I've never tried it before, so let's see how this turns out. So firstly, for primer, I'm going to use the Catrice Light Correcting Primer. This I have been obsessed with recently. I just bought a second bottle of it. So it adds a gorgeous like luminous glow to the skin and a kind of golden hue off it too. I actually would wear this by itself with concealer. It's really gorgeous and it's really affordable because it's Catrice. And then I just blend it in using my foundation brush. And if you apply too much like me, you will look like the Tin Man, but just the gold version. But I kind of like it. Once you apply concealer, it is nice. For my foundation, I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Foundation X Full Coverage Foundation, and I use the shade 42 Medium. So because this is so full coverage, I'm just going to start off with one pump of this, and using the same foundation brush, just apply this all over my face. So this is 2 pumps of that foundation. I haven't used it a whole lot. This is probably like my 5th or 6th time using it, but I do really like it, and the color match for me is perfect. Next, moving on to concealer, I'm going to use the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer, and this is in the shade 05 Honey. Again, this is really affordable. I'm really liking Catrice products at the moment. So applying this under my eyes in like an upside down triangle, like I always do. Center of my nose and my forehead. And I like to do the corner of my mouth, just to kind of lift it a bit, and then around my nose, a little bit on my eyelids. We're not going to stop, we're going to keep going. And then as always, I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend all of this in. Does anyone else do this when you're doing your makeup? I kind of do this with my lips. Like that's my mirror face. I kind of like push my lips out with air. Why do I do it? Like it's not even nice. Anyway, this concealer is so good. I have about 4 different shades in it, and for the price especially, it's just amazing. I get mine in pennies if you're looking for it. And I'm in such a good mood today. I don't know why. I just am. I look a little bit crazy at the moment. So to set all of my face, I'm going to use the RCMA No Color Powder, and I just put some out on my hand like so. I use my damp beauty blender to apply this underneath my eyes first to set underneath here, and I'm gonna bake a bit today. Well, I bake most days, but you know, we're baking. Professional. So I always bake or apply a lot of translucent powder to the center of my face, but around here I find that my makeup and stuff breaks up, so I like to apply the powder to kind of keep it in place for longer and stop that kind of like separation look. Then for the rest of my face, I'm still going to take the same translucent powder, just with a larger face brush, and dust this all over. And I also bring my translucent powder onto my neck, because I usually bring a bit of my foundation down here, and if I have fake tan on my neck as well, it just kind of helps set it so it's not like tacky. And how I know my face is kind of set properly is I just touch it with the back of my hand or my finger like this, and if it's still kind of tacky or sticky in any areas, I just go back over with whatever's left on my brush. So moving on to bronzer, I'm actually in between 2 bronzers, and it is the L'Oreal Back to Bronze powder, and this is in the shade 02 Sunkiss, and also the Note bronzing powder in 20. So both of these I love. This one adds more of a sheen to the skin, and this one is a bit more matte. Because the L'Oreal one is slightly newer, I've only had it a few days, I'm gonna go with this one. And to apply this, I'm going to use my Zoeva 126 Luxe Cheek Finish brush. I haven't cleaned any of my face brushes, only my eye brushes, because I'm in a bit of a rush, but I cleaned them 2 times before, so they're not that dirty. Don't judge me. And I always start with my forehead. I just like a nice bronzed forehead temple area. And then under my cheekbones. If you're looking for an affordable bronzer, this one is really nice. Actually, this whole new range from L'Oreal, there's a blush, highlighter. I'm actually using them all in this tutorial, so you'll see in a sec. I bring it underneath my jawbone as well to kind of carve out my jawbone and stop any double chin situation. And then whatever's left on my brush, I just kind of run it across my nose. Now that it's summer, I can get away with this a lot more. I do this in winter as well. I do the same makeup all year round because I wear tan all year round, but in summer, just kind of crank it up a notch, you know? Okay, next, moving on to blush, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Life's a Peach. What? Okay, next, moving on to blush, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Life's a Peach blush, and this is in the shade 01 Peach Apricot. No, it's not. It's 01 Peach Addict. So I'm going to go slightly heavier with my blush today. This color is fab. Next, we're going to move on to highlighter, and I'm going to use the L'Oreal La Vie en Glow highlighter palette, and this is in the shade 01 Warm Glow. Absolutely amazing, and obviously affordable because it's L'Oreal. These are the shades here. I'm going to use a mixture of this one and this one today. and then applying it, oh god, on my nose as well. Probably applied a bit too much there, but we're gonna continue. So good. Then I use whatever powder is left on my beauty sponge just to kind of clean up the contour a little bit there, because I don't want my bronzer to go too far down my face. By cleaning it up here, it kind of acts as a contour as well as a bronze, so you get that definition in your face too. Moving on to brows, I'm going to use my Anastasia Brow Powder Duo, and this is in the shade Medium Brown. I use the lighter shade for the beginning of my brows and the darker shade for the middle and ends of my brows. So I always brush through my brows first. I'm using an Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think this is the number 12 brush. Then I use my Inglot 13 brush with the lighter shade and apply this to the beginning of my brows. And then using the angled brush on the end of this with the darker shade and applying this in the middle and ends of my brows. And as I'm applying the product, I kind of brush through them just so it doesn't like have any heavy build up, and just kind of distributes the powder throughout the brows a bit more naturally. Next, I'm going to use the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel and just brush my brows slightly up and out, and this will set them as well. So while this clear brow gel is drying, I'm gonna move on to the eyes. I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Sunset Palette. I picked this up in Sephora in New York, and it was actually used when I got it, which is really annoying. But the shades I'm going to use are the 130 cm and 133 cm. So literally just these two shades here. So wish me luck, because these are really pigmented. I saw a look on the Natasha Denona's Instagram page, and basically I'm going to try copy it. Never tried it before, and I'm going to try blend this color out by itself. It's matte, it's really pigmented, so let's see how this goes. Actually, before I apply the dark brown, I'm going to use my bronzer with a MAC 224 brush and apply this into the crease first, just as a slight transition. I might actually zoom you in for this bit so you can see very clearly how much I'm going to mess up. So I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow brush, just the one that comes with the palettes, and I'm going to use the darker shade from the palette and apply this into the crease. I've gotten so lazy when it comes to my makeup, so I haven't done like darker colors or harder eye makeup looks in so long, and I feel like I've just lost any technique or skill that I had. So as I'm blending this, I'm actually using my bronzer as well, just to kind of blend out the edges and stuff without adding more of the darker color. Oh Jesus, take the wheel. Then using the smaller side of the brush, I'm going to apply the darker color underneath my eye. I'm mixing it with the bronzer and applying it as close as I can to my lash line or my waterline. Then taking a clean brush with just the bronzer, I'm going to apply that quite heavily just underneath my eyes, and to kind of blend out the edges of the darker color on top as well. I should have just done a fucking bronzy eye. Next, taking a clean Anastasia brush and taking the smaller end of it, I'm going to use this peachy shade on the lid of my eye. Next, I'm going to take a black eye pencil, and this one here is the Gigi Hadid for Maybelline eye pencil in the shade Black. So I'm using this one for my upper waterline, and then I'm going to use a dark brown for my lower waterline. And the one I'm using is the Laura Geller Inkcredible Waterproof Gel Liner in the shade Brown Sugar. Next, I'm going to curl my lashes. For my mascara, I'm using the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara, and I'm going to put lashings of this on. Excuse the pun. So now that mascara is done, I'm going to go back to my brows, and I'm using the TheBalm Furrowcious brow pencil, and this is in the shade dark brown, and I'm just going to fill in any gaps and kind of make my brows a little bit stronger and slightly more defined, just so they're not as bushy and messy looking, just adding a little bit more structure. So moving on to lips, I'm going to use the Buxom PlumpLine lip liner in the shade Stealth. I kind of want my lips to be quite peachy, but we'll see how this turns out first. Okay, so this is very peachy and light, but I kind of like it. So to finish off the look, I'm going to use my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus spray and let that all dry in. So I was going to apply some false eyelashes and kind of add to the look a little bit more. However, I actually really like it the way it is. You guys know that I don't always wear false eyelashes anyway. I feel like this is a very 60s inspired look because like the matte lip, matte eyes, the peach and stuff like that, and the kind of cut crease. And I'm actually really liking it. Very easy to achieve, just 2/3 colors on the eyes, 1 color on the lips. and you're done. Which personally are my favorite kind of makeup looks. I like them to be quick and easy. Let's just ignore my hair because my hair is third day hair, so it's not really doing me any favors at the moment, but my makeup I'm actually quite happy with. Thought that the eyes were going to turn out horrendous, but I'll allow it. They're okay. So I think with that being said, this is the finished makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and the video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And also comment down below any other video suggestions you guys have. And I'm also going to LA in about 2 weeks, my first time ever being on the west coast of America, so please, anyone, if you've any suggestions, food, shopping, tours, things to do, places to see, beaches, etc., mainly food, please leave any suggestions in the comments down below because I have 2 weeks there and I want to try get as much as I can in. But yeah, that is it from me. That's the end of this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.